Welcome to Merit MBA Today. I'm Bryce Reynolds-Bach, your host. Today I'm joined by Justin and Bryce. Another Bryce on the show. It's kind of exciting. Yeah. Today we're here to talk about the Student Innovator of the Year competition. And I'll kind of just put it over to you, Justin, if you can kind of start us out with the competition and kind of its roots and beginnings.
Yeah, sure. So this is the third year that we've had the competition, so it's fairly new. It's run through the College of Engineering and Technology. So one of the main focuses of the competition is to get engineering students to come up with some new ideas, innovative products, and the purpose is for us to provide them some resources to help them out, give them a little boost.
Well, so a little seed money. I think
it's,
so we give $400.
So $400. Which for a student coming up with a rough prototype, I mean that's a decent amount of money that can make the difference between being able to do something and not being able to do something. So we're fairly generous in granting applicants the $400 grant. We had 39 applicants this year, or 39 contestants rather. We had a few more applicants, but bumped it down to 39.
Those are teams, group of students
yeah,
who get together.
Some individuals and some teams. So. We also have a partnership with the Rollins Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology. So they help fund the competition and help provide support for the competition as well. So it's a great joint venture between engineering and business. I mean, it's a perfect example of what you need to do to be successful in any kind of innovative venture, whether it's a product or service or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to talk about this, because we're bridging the gap of taking an idea and really finding a market for it, and because sometimes I'm scared of engineers. They're really smart and crazy smart sometimes.
You should be scared of us.
Yeah, but it's like, but then you're like, you invent something? I do this to my friends, and if they're engineers, can you do something, create something for me, and I'll go sell it for you. Just give me the idea first. So I really enjoy the competition. Glad you guys are here. What about Bryce? You're kind of you're the cross here. You're our
cross.
So can you tell us about how you got involved in the competition?
Yeah, so I did industrial design as my undergrad. And ever since then, I've been trying to get ways to stay involved. And so now that I'm here doing my MBA, I went across the street there to the engineering school and got involved. And Professor here talked about the $400 grant. And that really helps because with that small grant, it actually was very big for me. I was able to do my whole project in China and get it sourced and brought here to America and for the competition and launch it. So it was really awesome. It really helped me out, and I enjoy every opportunity I can to get back with the engineering students. They have a lot of great ideas. Get out of the Tanner building every once in a while and see what other people are doing. So it was an awesome experience. So
great. So then so you got involved. We get this $400. We were talking earlier that students can get involved as early as February the previous year. Our competition is held in, it was just held in November.
So it's held in the fall semester, and the idea is we advertise for it in the winter semester, and we allow them 6 or 7 months to work on that prototype, to work on their engineering, because part of it is engineering content. These are not just ideas, they're actual working prototypes. So they need that time to come up with their working prototype. But the competition is in the fall, the idea being that it also will feed nicely into the business competition. So you start out with this engineering competition, work out the bugs in your project, and then you continue to work on your business model as the semester and as the year go on, and then enter the business. Ideally, you want to enter the business competitions.
We'll have some episodes about that, and kind of maybe we'll track some of these teams in this competition. So the $400 is the fall. I know you have a booth system. I went to it. Yeah. So you set up booths this year you sent it over by the Wilkins Center in Brigham Square, and all the teams were able to give a presentation, show their projects. How do you decide who goes on to the final event?
So like you described, it's an awesome event. It's like a fair, and the really cool thing is that it's a preview of potential products that you could be buying out in the store a year or two from now. So it's really a sweet opportunity. Like, you walk around and you're like literally taking a peek at the future products that you'll see on the shelves. So it's difficult to judge that, right? You're trying to judge the merit of something today on how successful it will be like a year from now, 2 years from now. So the judging is challenging. We have judges mainly from industry. They're either successful entrepreneurs or successful engineers, successful businessmen from industry. Very, very exceptional individuals that have been very successful. So they come and they walk around and take a look at the products, and the teams present for a minute or two to the judges, and they have a really difficult decision to make. They'll rank them based on several criteria. One, of course, is engineering content. Have they done the technical feasibility studies? You know, have they come up with their calculations? Have they made a CAD model? Have they made the code for their website or their system? And then also innovation. You know, are they doing something that's already been done before, or is it innovative and new? And then thirdly is market feasibility. So is there any potential at all? Like, is it just a cool little widget that you like, or is it something that somebody else is going to like and want to buy and could potentially impact society?
Thank you. So I know we have some pictures of the booths, and we have one of you. So what was the experience like doing the booths? Did you find it, was it really exciting being in front of all these students and businessmen that come up and ask you all these questions?
Yeah, it was really cool. One thing that people forget about competitions that I found is that it gives you a deadline. You got to think about BYU. There's 30,000 kids here, and there's probably thousands of good ideas walking around, but they just never make it to the surface. And so what was good about this competition is that I had this idea, and I've had it for a year or two. And we had this competition. I said, okay, the competition is in a month. I'm going to have mine ready in a month. And the night before the competition, my wife had a baby, and so. Yeah, our fourth son. She had the baby, you know, I made sure he was okay, and then I left the hospital and picked up my prototype and assembled it and made it to the competition a few hours later. So that was really awesome to have like a stake in the sand and say, you know what, I'm going to be done at this point in time, and because I'm going to be presenting it to possible investors and judges. And you know, I turned in from one of those 1,000 people walking around campus with that idea in their head, and then just a month later, with the help of some cash and some other help and entrance, to having a product that I was selling on Amazon about a week later. So it was a great experience. Yeah,
so it's a good thing that we gave you guys an extra week for the competition, right?
Yeah,
we extended the deadline by a week.
We're already marketing this product. So, I mean, that's it's probably so we see a big difference in. I mean, teams can be at any stage, but they're all involved in this. Let's kind of move on then to after this booth. We have the judges. They're judged, and a day, I think the next day, 2 days, they have a final.
Yeah. So the 39 teams or individuals were narrowed down. Initially, we were going to narrow it down to 7, and then I believe because of some ties, we ended up narrowing it down to about 9. So the day after, this is something we might do different next year. We might extend so that rather than the preliminaries and the next day you have the finals, we might give them a week to prepare for the final competition. So in the final competition, that's where the risk, or that's where you're really fighting for the prize money, because there's about $12,000 worth of prize money for the final contestants. And so we get nine teams present on a stage in the Varsity Theater. First place, $5,000. Second, $3,000. Third, $2,000. And then a couple $1,000 little bonus prizes there. And again, judges from industry, different judges in the final round than in the preliminary round. So there's no, not all judges see all teams in the preliminary round, right? So we have a new set of judges in the final round. Again, industry experts. And it's a really fun event. I mean, you've got a lot of energy in the room. There's about 400 people watching the competition. We give out prizes. We give out some Apple products to the people in attendance, and gave out free J-Dogs, and had a good time. And the teams presented their products, and it was a good opportunity.
Good. I know I had a lot of fun in the audience. I was certainly hoping to win the raffle, but didn't get there.
Maybe next year.
Next year I'll try again.
Yeah.
It was really exciting. So kind of as we wrap up, what would be, so engineers, they can get involved and go for this 400 seed. Mm-hmm. What about from a business? I'm in the business school, or maybe some other MBA students, how could they get involved with these teams after this competition? Is there a place for them?
There definitely is a place for them. For one, anybody is welcome to enter the competition. We will take anybody from across campus that proposes an idea. If they have a good application, and a solid idea that's been vetted and well thought through, and then they could be a business student. We'll give them the $400. That's okay. But if let's say you're not in the competition, you're looking for a way to be involved. A lot of these teams are made up of engineers that are not versed in business principles. They're versed and skilled at engineering. So we really like to partner with MBA students or business undergrad students or anybody that has that business skill set to help out the engineers when they're making the move from I've got an idea and a prototype to now I want to make a business out of this. Now I want to sell it. Now I want to enter the market. So we have networking events where we will just provide a venue for business students to come and talk to the engineering teams. So it's kind of casual, right? We don't necessarily have a formal way saying you can sign up to be with Team X. Don't have a formal way of signing up, but we do provide opportunities for networking, and that is probably the best way for MBA business students to find an engineering team and be involved with them. Or you can just walk around the preliminary competition. If you're an MBA student, let's say I'm an MBA student, I walk around the competition, I see a cool product, and I give them my contact info and say, hey, I want to work with you guys. That's perhaps the best way to do it.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
Yeah, and I was going to say too, a lot of these students that were in the SIOY competition I've seen at the Miller NBC events. Mm-hmm. And one cool thing we started this year was we have a board that's kind of like the ride board. Mm-hmm. And on one side it has people who have ideas and need a team, and the other side of the board has a product or service that they've already completed, and they need a team. So it's a good way for engineering students or communication students or people who have a skill to meet up with maybe a business student and really form a powerful team. I know a few of the winners last year with Active Alarm and FlexLeg did something similar to that, where they had a mix of engineers and business students, and they were able to do a great job.
And got involved at different stages, so there's always an opportunity out there.
Yeah, I actually remember, we did that with the colored dots. I think we had specific colored dots, so the engineers had like blue dots or something on their name tags. So anybody at the competition could identify, here's an engineering team with the blue dots, so let's go talk to them.
Right. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Hopefully, I think learn a lot of things about engineers and business students and this competition. Hope to see these products in a couple of years.
Hopefully, yes.
All right, thank you.
So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again.